Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Welcome, everybody, and good morning to another Me First Morning TV. I am your host, Patricia Rivera Wolfson. I'm an intuitive coach, an energy practitioner, and a life strategist. And it has not been a good morning, and that's okay. It hasn't been a good morning for me. It may not have been a good morning for you. And we still need to show up and do what we need to do. And so I'm here. I'm here because today we are going, of course. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. My script froze because it's that kind of day. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it freeze today? Okay, hold on. And why do I need a script? Because sometimes I need to put things down in order to keep my thoughts straight, especially on days where I may be distracted or have a lot going on. Because most of you know, I am a mom of three and maintaining my house on my own since my husband passed away 2.5 years ago. And some days are rougher than others. But I'm showing up here, um, even in this state today, because I want you to understand that I put my money where my mouth is, and not every day is easy. But not every day is hard. And some days you just have to keep going. And don't worry, there's nothing really serious happening. I'm just very overwhelmed. And I could not show up here today, but this this show is one of the most important things that I have because it's real. Because it's where I want to show you that everything that I talk about and everything that I teach, it doesn't come from a book, doesn't come from ChatGPT. Although sometimes ChatGPT helps me format it, so that's true. But it comes from me. It comes from my life experience, and it comes from navigating really challenging days and practicing showing up anyway. And this is what I'm doing. So I apologize for my overwhelming emotions today. But if you're having overwhelming emotions too, then hopefully this can help you regulate as well. Because this is the purpose of this show for me, and why I do it for others, is that this is not fluff. This is real. I tell real stories. I use real strategies that I work on applying to myself every day, that I talk to my friends and my clients about every day, that I practice as much as possible every day, because that's the only way to integrate it. The only way to integrate true transformation and change in your life is to repeat the things that work for you, to practice doing the things that work for you, and to practice eliminating or creating boundaries around the things that don't work for you. My commitment to myself, number one, and to you, and why I show up here, is to show up, and to show up because I feel that strongly about showing up. Now, if I'm sick one day and then I, don't show up for the show, that might be different. Although you guys have heard me cough. But I just want to let you know that I'm here and I have real struggles. as you guys, I'm sure, have your own. And um, it's not just easy. It's not just, oh, I figured it out and I did it, no problem. And now I'm enlightened and now life is wonderful and I've manifested all my dreams. It doesn't work that way. It is a consistent practice every day. And some days you're going to wake up and have a really hard day. And other days you're going to wake up and it's going to be awesome. And you're going to be like, whoo, I've nailed this. But for the days that you don't feel like you've nailed this, I hope that you join me here and maybe recalibrate yourself and we can do it together because everything's better together. And today I'm going to be pulling cards because I didn't really have a topic that I wanted to discuss specifically. And because I feel like the energy this week has been so heavy and I've been feeling so overwhelmed that I wanted to show up here and do what I do when I don't know what else to do. And that's I ask for guidance. And so today we're going to ask for guidance together. And eventually I'll stop crying. So, just bear with me. All right. So let's do our, I don't even think I have any tissues. I do, hold on. Okay. So let's do our breathing exercises together and maybe that will stop the crying on my end and we can do the show. I guess you guys, you must be so excited to watch my show with me crying. It's like, ooh, have fun. Let's go. It's okay. You can turn the channel or whatever channel. Scroll. Keep scrolling if you don't want to see me cry. All right. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know where you are if you are watching, and let's get started. All right. So, lighting the candle. If you have one, go ahead and grab it. If you have a drink, please feel free to take a sip. Not even the candle wants to light today. Okay. All right. Let's start by taking 3 deep breaths, okay? And we are going to just take a deep breath, and I want you to imagine all of the love, light, and life force energy that the universe has to offer. And I want you to just call it into your body. I want you to hold for 5 seconds. And while you're holding, imagine that all of that stuck and stagnant energy is just dissolving from that light. And then exhale the excess energy that's dissolved and let Mother Nature transmute it and just blow it out. Okay, so let's do that together. We'll do it 3 times. Okay, here we go. And hold. And release. Okay, let's do that one more time. Take a deep breath in. And hold. And release. Okay, let's do that one last time and really make it count, okay? And release. Okay. Okay. Now let's do a little stretching. Wherever you need to stretch, listen to your body. And if you can, breathe while you're stretching, okay? Because breathing while you're stretching will also kind of release that stuck and stagnant energy. You even hear that? I don't think you can hear that, but my shoulders are making such weird sounds. All right. Whew. Okay, shake it out. All right. Okay, here we are. Hi, just checked it. Oh, Caldas da Rainha. Woohoo, Mom. Glad you're here from Caldas. That is in Portugal. That is the town that we are from in Portugal. For those of you who are from Caldas, you know. Okay, so And now it's time to call in for our spiritual support team, and I am definitely going to do that today because I feel the need to bring them in to support me, and I hope that you feel the same about your team. You deserve the support, so just do whatever you need to do to call them in for yourself, say a little prayer, or sit in silence, whatever resonates with your spiritual beliefs. Okay, so here we go. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me set an intention that is in alignment with my highest good and for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you for showing us the signs and synchronicities in music, movies, messages through people, through the cards I pull, and the words of everyone today and always. I appreciate you, I serve you, and I am grateful for any wisdom that you may have to offer me or the collective on this day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Okay, so guess what we're doing? We're pulling cards. Or pulling cards. But in the meantime, I want you to think about your intention for the day or think about what your GPS word is for today. And while you think about what your intention is going to be or what your GPS word is going to be, I want you to also remember that if you have not yet subscribed to Me First TV on YouTube, please go ahead and do that. And don't forget to ding that little bell so you can get notifications of when I'm going live. And I want to remind you to please go ahead if you're interested in booking a personal reading or a strategy session or a couples reading. Go ahead to my calendar. The description is, or the link is in the description below, along with a link to my free transformational guide, which if you haven't gotten it yet, it's got some great tips and quick little strategies for you to calibrate your energy. You can go ahead and download that. Once again, link is in the description. Okay, so let's pull some cards because like when I'm feeling like crap, I like to play with the cards and see what the universe's guidance for me is. So let's do a little check-in on what the energy is like this week. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and be bold, and I'm going to use my tarot cards today. As I've shared with you guys, I'm kind of learning. I'm learning about the tarot, but the only way to learn is to do it and play with them. So that's what we're going to do. So, all right, Spirit, please guide me in knowing what is the energy of this week. What is the energy of this day? Can we just start with that? What is the energy of this day, and how do I navigate this? I mean, come on. I don't know if you're having a crappy day or a crappy week. Why don't you guys put in a little emoji or a little heart or a little prayer hands, sending some blessings or love to others who are also having crappy days or crappy weeks. I don't know. Today might be a little bit shorter, but it will still be well worth it, I'm sure. Or I hope so. Well, for me, it'll be worth it anyway. All right, so shuffle the cards a bit. All right, so what do we need? What kind of energy are we dealing with? Can you please tell me? Oh my God, all of them are falling out. That's not it. Let's try that again. I don't like that. All right. Spirit, please guide me in showing me what energy are we dealing with and how can we move forward to navigate it with clarity and patience. Okay. So the first card will be what energy we're navigating. The second card will be what will help us navigate it. And the third card will be what advice in order to accomplish it. Okay. Hey, Jim. Nice to see you. All right. Okay. I'm just going to do 3 cards. Okay. That first one's going to tell us what is this energy we're dealing with. Okay. That second one, how do we navigate the energy that we're dealing with? Okay. And I'm just going to see what it says. And again, I'm repeating myself because I'm still going. And then the third one will be, what advice do we have to deal with this energy? Okay. 1, 2. Ah, for fuck's sakes. Sorry. Okay. So sometimes the cards just give you a little kick in the pants, but they're always right. Okay. So today's energy is temperance. Okay. Temperance is about patience, but it is also about balance and alchemizing sort of your current situation, right? Temperance is about, you know, it literally is about alchemy because you see in this picture, right? It's like the water going from one cup to the other. This angel has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. Do you see that specifically? 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land. Okay. So it's really about navigating all the worlds, right? Our spiritual self, our physical self, our real self. Um, and Sorry, just getting a message. Um, okay, this is about being patient and that waiting period. You wait, okay, because the cards come. That card is coming. But this is about being patient. It's about, and the alchemy is literally about balancing, right? And practicing and navigating, right? The things that we want and the things that we need, and learning how to move between them, right? Learning how to, like if you give too much to one thing, then you're depleted for the other thing. And so then how do you like how do you adjust, right? What you're getting, right? And what I see, like temperance, it's like I think I think of the Portuguese word like there's tempero, but which is seasoning, okay, which is kind of a little bit like works here for temperance, right? But it's really about like that balance, that level, right? What is that level? And you know what, let's take it into seasoning because we are talking about alchemy, right? And so you have a pot of your life, and in that pot of your life, you have all sorts of ingredients, right? And you may want it to taste a certain way. And so you're going to put a little bit of this and a little bit of that, right? That's that sort of alchemy. But when you are in the midst of trying to figure out what flavor you want this, soup or this pot of goodness to like taste like, what you want it to be like in the end, in the meantime, you're like putting in spices and it's like, ugh, that's too much of that, or ugh, that's, oh, not enough of that, right? And that's what we're doing. And I believe that the message here is that that's what's happening right now, that the energy right now is one of navigating and figuring things out and alchemizing our life to turn it into something that we can really get behind up, that we can really get behind, right? That we can pursue passionately, right? How do you want to show up in your life, right? And what kinds of changes, what spices or new additions or new ingredients do you need to add, or what ingredients do you need to take away in order for you to have that beautiful pot of deliciousness taste the way you want it to taste, or feel the way you want it to feel, right? And so right now we're in a time of patience and tempering, the ingredients that we are given, right? The ingredients that the universe hands us. And we have to go, oh my God, well, now I have this, and now I have this, and now I have this. What goes in the pot? What do we keep out of the pot? What do we put to the side and maybe only add later, right? What goes in the pot right now, so that it's not just a big mishmash of everything, right? Because we want it to taste a certain way. And so you get to decide right now what your life is going to taste like. But in the present, you have to make those decisions. Okay. Now, what did I say that second card was going to be? I said the second card was going to be what we need to do. The energy, the energy we need to deal with temperance. Death. Don't you love that card? Okay, I actually love that card because the death card is the Scorpio card. And death is not about death necessarily. I mean, it can be, but typically that's not the card that comes up if there is something happening, right? But death is the card of transformation. Death is the card of literally putting to rest the things that don't serve you, allowing them to fall away and not burying them, but really like releasing the things that don't serve you because you are in the process of becoming the new version of yourself. We are all in the process of becoming the new versions of ourselves. Collectively, we are looking at all of the crap that is happening right now in the world, right? And I won't even go into the world because that's a whole other topic that I do not have the capacity to discuss. I want I want this to be um a channel where we really focus in on the individual. I want you to focus on yourself, on your responsibility, on your authenticity, right? On how to take care of you first, right? And so that you are stepping forward and contributing to the world the energy and um the projection, right? Like that projection of light that your light is shining appropriately, right? Second card is navigate. Yes, thank you, Jim. Thank you for watching. Right. So, what do we need to do to navigate this time? Is we need to allow the old parts of ourselves to die. We need to allow the old limiting beliefs to die. We need to allow our disconnection and we need to cut the cords of the things that are no longer fueling us, that no longer serve our greatest good, right? You need to release it and let it go. Okay. And then the third card, which is okay, what can we do to help navigate that, right? So what is it that what is the advice to help navigate this temperance, right? And this death. And look at what the card comes. It's the hanged one, right? Or the hanged man. Okay. And the hanged man is another card of patience, right? But it's a card of sort of waiting with anticipation, waiting, knowing that you've done everything that you can do to get the results that you want. So the hanged man, and then this card specifically, right? This is all about discernment and making choices, right? And then practicing those choices over and over and over again. And with the hanged man, you are not just waiting for things to unfold. What you are doing is you are taking the steps that are within your control, and whatever's within your control, you are making choices and taking actions that are in alignment with your GPS word, that are in alignment with your highest and greatest good. Okay, that is your job. Your job is to make sure that the steps you're taking are in alignment with what you want, that they are in alignment with that GPS word, the word that you want to anchor into your body. And then once you've done that, once you have taken the actions or made the decisions and cultivated that relationship, right? Your relationship with your dreams, which we've talked about, your relationship with your relationships, with whatever, however that shows up for you in your life. Then once you've done all you can do, you need to release and trust. Okay. You need to release and trust. So look at this, literally temperance. Okay. Which is navigating, deciding what do we put more of, what do we put less of, right? Like how are we creating this concoction? What parts are we going to add and take away? What are we making with our time and attention and energy? How are we using our focus, right? And all of this goes in here. And then we release all the things we don't need. So once you've put all the ingredients you want in the pot, so we've mixed it the way we want with temperance, right? So it's like, okay, I want peace. And in order to get peace, right? Let's say your GPS word is, I just want peace. Okay. And so what in your life brings you peace? You put that in the pot, right? This brings me peace. This brings me peace. This brings me peace. What does not bring you peace that you can remove or eliminate or create boundaries around? then that comes out, right? Now, I know with actual food, you can't necessarily take out ingredients, but it's an analogy, but we don't want to stick to it like so hard that we can't go with the flow, right? So we remove the things that don't serve us, right? We don't want to add that to the pot. Get rid of those ingredients, right? Even before you put things in the pot, get rid of the ingredients that you're like, I don't want that. No, I know I don't like cream. So I don't want cream in my soup. So I don't have to think, do I have cream or not? No, you just out. Okay. So you have this, which is like, which ingredients are you using and how are you putting them together? You have this, the death card, which takes you to the next step and the next level, which is like, get rid of the things that don't work for you. Just let them die, let them dissolve, let them go away. And what do you do in the meantime? Then you lean into trust. Lean into trust and patience, right? And you lean into that trust that if you've done your job, okay, and you have chosen the correct ingredients for this beautiful meal that you're creating, right? And you've eliminated all of the things that don't serve you, then you're going to trust that once you turn the stove on and allow that pot to cook, right? And you allow things to marinate or cook or whatever and wait for that meal, right? You are waiting with trust and surrender, right? You're trusting that you did all the things that you need to do, that you have all the right ingredients in there, right? You're releasing all the things that you don't want, and then you are trusting the universe, right? And trusting your own preparation and saying, you know what, I did everything I could. Now we'll see. However it tastes, it tastes. And maybe you'll have to add a little something after or take away something. But I want you to remove the pressure of having to make it be a certain thing. And that's a little bit about what the Hanged Man card is. It's like releasing the pressure to have to do it all yourself, because you're not doing it yourself. You do your part, right? You do whatever is within your control, and then you release the rest. You trust and surrender. Surrender to the universe to make sure that things are going to evolve, right? Just like when you plant a seed, you water it, you let it have sun, you give it nutrients, and then you trust that it's going to grow, right? That food, you let it cook, and you trust that based on your expertise and everything that you put in there, that when it's finished cooking, it's going to be delicious, right? And then it's exactly what you wanted. This is where we kind of release the expectation and we say, well, whatever it is, it is. I did everything I could, and now it's in God's hands. All right. Okay, so I am going to also pull an oracle card to get a little bit more reflection on that. Actually, I do like the real tarot readers do, although they'll first pull oracle cards, usually the ones that I follow, and then they follow up with tarot. But I'm going to do it in reverse because I like to start with tarot, and then I'm going to follow up with oracle cards, because then it also helps me to figure out what some of the cards mean. Like when I've been learning tarot, and I find like that there's a card that all of these cards I'm familiar with, but sometimes there's cards that I'm like, what does that mean again? Like, what's that? I have a general idea, but sometimes it's like, there's like really specific meanings, or, and tarot readers with years of experience don't need to look it up. They know. And so how I navigate it is that sometimes, like I said, I'll pull the oracle cards, and then immediately there's an answer for me as to what kind of was the meaning of that card. And then I'm like, oh, you mean in that way? Okay. So we're going to pull for temperance. So let's see a little bit more about the current energy, right? The current energy is that temperance energy. So what does the oracle have to say about that current energy? Just to give us a little bit more to go on. Okay, here we go. Serendipity. Look at that. Temperance, and then it is clarified by serendipity. Okay. Now look, 18 is 9. Okay, we are in a 9 year. And so what this tells me is that a little bit of this patience, a little bit of this alchemizing process is also going to be counting on sort of the flow of the universe and allowing things to just show up as they need to in your life, and trusting that it is happening for your highest and greatest good. I love that serendipity card, and I'll read what it says. Um, okay. Opportunity aligned with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. Okay, so I want you to think about that. Opportunity aligned with readiness. So when we were talking about, okay, the temperance card and your big pot of the things you want and choosing the ingredients and releasing the ones you don't, right? Opportunity aligned with readiness. I have all the ingredients that I want. This is exactly what I want in my pot, right? And then an opportunity shows up and someone goes, "You know what? I'm really hungry. Do you have a delicious meal that you can share with me?" Look at that. I prepared to have this thing and I can share it with you because it is exactly what I want it to be. And so I feel so good about it that I can share it with you, right? That's like an opportunity. I don't know. That's just what came to me. You've stepped into alignment with the greater good where your dreams and the collective dreams resonate in exquisite harmony. Now's the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you very much. Whew, yes, okay. So, it goes right back. It just fulfills exactly what we were talking about, in that temperance is about you preparing and alchemizing what you want, like you your part in, and then the universe takes care of the rest. Okay. I love that. I love that serendipity came as the explanation for that card. All right. So now we're going to do death. What is a clarification for the death card? Being from the Hearst, you agree. Great. I'm so glad. Thank you for joining us. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Okay, so let's navigate this death card and see. Not navigate this stuff. What is the breathe? Look at that. What happens when you die? You stop breathing. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I just thought of that, but okay. Breathe. All right. So when you are going through these incredible transformations and you are releasing the old, letting the old parts of you die, this is the reminder that you are always connected to spirit, that you are a powerful force. And all you have to do is remember to breathe and stay grounded and allow the process of transformation to take place and trust that you are headed in the right direction. Columbia, South Carolina. Awesome. Welcome. All right. So let's see what the breathe card tells us. Oh, I'm using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed for the Oracle cards. Essential meanings: patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. I mean, all these cards are connected. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now is the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses, breathe in the sunlight, and release the darkness, and miracles will appear. I mean, death is all about releasing the darkness. And this breathe card, which by the way is the number 29, and 2 plus 9 in numerology is 11, which means that this is an 11 power card. 11's awesome. All right. And so this is the advice, right? The advice we were asking, the advice for temperance is patience, right? Which we know, as you are releasing the things that don't serve you, as you are stepping away from a life that no longer resonates with who you are becoming, you need to breathe. Breathe through the discomfort, breathe through the disappointment, breathe through the frustration that you may have, that you are in this weird middle space. Okay. It's the in between space, like where you are not where you want to be, and you're also not where you've been. Right. And you have all this experience and this insight from where you've been. And maybe you feel defeated, and maybe you feel like you just can't take it anymore. Like, you cannot take any more disappointment or any more frustration. But I urge you to continue, because right when you feel like everything is falling apart, it is because those things need to fall away to make room for what you actually want and for what your actual purpose and passion in this life is. You have to trust that if things are being removed from your life, they're being removed because they need to be removed for you to get the things that you've been asking for. Card pulls match my sunrise thoughts about the difference of someone who cares and a fixer. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, we can have a whole conversation about people who care and fixers. I am definitely someone who used to be a fixer. Not that I'm not a fixer anymore, because my inclination is to give advice and to help, but I understand that you cannot fix anybody. You can only fix yourself, or, you guys know I don't like that word about fixing, because I don't think we're broken, but we can only shift our own habits and our own perspectives. And we do that with the people that we love, and hopefully that will also give them permission or um, inspiration to be true to themselves as well. Yes, the flow of breathing is essential with the energy of the world. Breathing in and out slowly balances you, can keep the darkness in that has to come out. Yes, yes. Breathing is so good. Just like when we start our Me First ritual together, and we always start with 3 breaths, that is like breathing in and releasing the things that don't serve us. And if you can do that at any time of the day when you start to panic, or you're overwhelmed, or you're struggling in any way, just take a moment to pause and breathe. Breathe through that transformation. Breathe through that discomfort. Breathe through, because it just came to me, the analogy of birth, right? The analogy of giving birth. In order for the baby to come out, the mother needs to breathe, okay? There has to be breath, right? Because we are also, breath is life. So, there's all sorts of metaphors with that too. But if you think about it, the pain gets worse. The contractions get worse just before the baby comes, and the breathing becomes more intense, right? And you have a lot more discomfort near the end of the journey. And that doesn't mean your journey's over, right? If you are a pregnant person, then yes, your journey is over being pregnant, but then it is the transformation, the death of a pregnancy, right? And the birth of new life, right? And that new life has, you don't like stop being pregnant and then life is over, right? It's like you begin a whole new life, a whole new version of yourself. That's who you step into as a mother, as a father, as a parent. Once you become a parent, you are you are releasing, right? If you've never been a parent before, you are allowing that person who has no literal attachments, right? You are letting go of that part of you that has no responsibility towards others specifically, right? Or that single life, or only having to worry about yourself and maybe any relationships that you're in, right? Like, you release that part of you dies. The part of you that's like, that doesn't know what it's like to have children, that goes away. And then you become a parent, right? And that's a new part. And with that, it takes patience, because we don't know what that's going to look like. We don't know how this baby is going to be, or what challenges that you might face, or how parenthood is going to evolve for you, because everybody's experience is different. But it's very true that, and you have no choice. You have to, stop being pregnant in order to have the baby, right? Like, it has to like go through, and it's through the process. You don't like eliminate, you just allow it, and you discard or allow that part of you to die, to go away, to not exist, right? At least in this current form, and you step into that new version of yourself. I hope that helps. I hope that analogy makes things a little bit more, I don't know, clear. Let me know if it doesn't. I know I'm a little all over the place today, and I appreciate your patience and attention and love today. Okay, so lastly, the Hanged One. Let's see. What is a little clarification on the Hanged One? All right. Okay, the clarification. Look, number 7 card, to the sea. To the sea. Let's see what that says. To the sea. I mean, it's all about releasing. It's all about surrendering and trusting. It's about releasing expectations and going with the flow. But let's see. All right, number 7. What do we got here? That's number 1. 7. Okay. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Ooh, like the synchronicity card, right? So pay attention to synchronicities. It seems that right now we are in a time of, and I believe it, we are in a time of incredible manifestation and synchronicities happening because all of the pieces are coming together. That's what happens when we are at the precipice of real evolution, is that everything comes to the surface for you to decide what you need, what you keep, and what you release, right? Everything is all there so that then you can move to the next level. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. And there you go. There we are back into that trust and surrender. So when you are navigating the energy of this week or of this day, right? And we started this with it being a very challenging day for me personally. And that's okay. And I'm sure it's challenging. It's been challenging for you in your own way. And I'm here for you if you need to reach out or discuss it or come up with some solutions. I do have some options available in my calendar if you'd like to make an appointment. But at the end of the day, I just want you to know that all you need to do is pause, take some deep breaths, and know that no matter how hard things feel right now, you can get through this. The discomfort is the worst part, right? The discomfort that you feel, the fear, the anxiety, the overwhelm, the frustration, all of those kind of feelings weighing on you and closing in on you, making you feel like you are useless, that you can't do stuff, that that there's no chance that anything is ever going to change. That is an indication that you are on the precipice of great change. So stick with it. Get your feet into the ground, get yourself centered, and focus on what you truly desire. Get that GPS word integrated into your system. Practice, practice, practice. And I promise you, you are going to see things evolve slowly but surely. You will get there because that's how it works. And if you need support in the meantime, don't forget to reach out. And please subscribe to my channel. If this helped you in any way, pass it along to other people. I would love to discuss it. Definitely need you, want to make an appointment. Oh, it really has been hard. I'm so sorry, Bean. It really has. Sharon, hi. I see you too. Listen, I have a link in my description. If you guys want to make an appointment, please go right ahead. I encourage you, and I will help you navigate, or hopefully give you some tools to navigate whatever challenges you're going through so that you can see that you are resilient, you can get through it, and you have the power to shift things and make it change. Okay. Stay out there, keep shining your light. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday. Yes, I will be back tomorrow, and I'm here every day, Monday through Friday in the mornings. Don't forget to check in, and please ding that notification bell so you know when I'm live. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you for witnessing me in my struggles today. And I hope I can do the same for you. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Have a great day.